Hello and welcome to the Community Voice. I'm Fara Sax. I am so excited today because I have Mickey Markoff. He's the executive producer and Army Lieutenant Colonel Virginia Knorr. They are from the Hyundai Air and Sea Show, and I'm excited about this event because this event is a national salute to America's heroes, which takes place in our community Memorial Day weekend, May 27th and 28th on South Beach. So this is a privilege, an honor, and I appreciate both of you for being here and telling this story and sharing with the audience this exciting event.
Well, thanks for having us.
Thank you. And thank you again for your service. I've said that probably 10 times. And as you've walked through the building here, you've heard that a lot. So we feel it. And again, thank you.
Thank you.
So bring us up to speed. This event began 1990.
Five is when we began a event in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, called the Air and Sea Show. That continued to grow, and in 2017 we moved to Miami Beach and created the National Salute to America's Heroes. The whole purpose of the show is to bring back the true spirit of Memorial Day, reconnect our American public with the military. It's become the signature event in the country to say thanks to those people that protect us. You know, freedom isn't free. So we're honored to be able to bring this event. There's no better place than Miami Beach. So it's Memorial Day weekend. It's Miami Beach. It's the military. And now this year we've, thanks to the United States Army's participation, on top of all their equipment and personnel and showcasing all the career opportunities that exist, we're able to bring in some pretty significant music as well. So now we've added that to the equation with our U.S. Army Salute Fest.
So when you were a young man, did you like wake up one day and say, I'm going to produce this big extravaganza that's going to make a difference in the lives of those who serve? And, you know, you're covering 6 branches of the military and what you're doing. So this is phenomenal. But did you start out this way?
Well, you know, life's a journey, right? So we started by producing one of the largest, at the end, the richest offshore powerboat racing series in history. Went out and created the Indy Light Car Racing Series, the World Snowmobile Championships, 20th anniversary of the Coast Guard, you know, a number of major events, 20th anniversary of Disney. And in the process of doing all these events, I met some senior leaders of the military. I ran a show in Chicago, where I'm from, called the Air and Water Show. And I asked why they did it. And they said, you know, we're doing it to showcase our military, to generate morale for those that are in the military, and really to help with recruiting, do outreach, to show what incredible opportunities there are. You know, today's youth just don't understand the amount of opportunities and how it'd be life-changing in a positive way for them to be part of our military. So back in Chicago, we said, why don't we create an event specifically to help the U.S. military with their objectives? And now we've accomplished that. You know, we're one of the largest spectator events in the country. It's the largest military air and sea show in the country. And we're just, like I say, honored to try and help the military accomplish their objectives.
Absolutely. So bringing you in, Lieutenant Colonel, what was it like militarily? Like, you grew up, and did you always want to become part of the military? Was that something that was on your radar? Is it like a yearning? Is it a calling? Is it just sort of happen? Or like Mickey was saying, there is a journey in our lives, but how does that happen?
So I'm actually first generation that served, and I enlisted actually when I was 17 years old, and I did it for all those great benefits that are out there that the Army offers, from college tuition assistance, the healthcare, everything, you name it. That's why I enlisted, is so I could build myself up in life. So.
And how has it changed you working? Because I think when you're in the military, you tell me, what kind of disciplines do you learn that you probably wouldn't have learned had you not been an active member of our military?
Yeah, so when I joined when I was 17, I probably needed a little more discipline. So going through basic training and just advanced individual training helped build that discipline. So then I was ready for when I hit college for the kind of real workforce, because I started off in the reserves. So I was just doing the weekend thing, but it did help me at a very young age understand work ethic and what I needed to do in life to succeed. So it helped me out tremendously.
And I know you're going to be participating and working very closely with Mickey and the show. And what is your hope for while you're there? I know that you're going to be boots on the ground, so to speak. Sorry, I had to sorry to throw that in, but you're going to be there, and what is it your hope that your connection would be with the community?
So our biggest thing is getting in our community, building awareness. Today, recruiting is struggling across all the services. We're competing kind of, I call it a war for talent. We're competing with industry these days because there's a lot of great benefits that they're offering to pull in, you know, the younger generation into the workforce. So for us, it's just creating awareness, showcasing all the great jobs and skills the Army has today, and being a part of our community. That's our biggest thing. In Recruiting Command, I have 32 different recruiting stations all the way kind of along the South Florida border. And so we are a part of everybody's community every day. And so that's kind of what we're there to showcase, is that we're here. And it's the time for the community to come out and see us.
So they're going to come out and see you, 27th and 28th. What can we expect, Mickey? What's going to happen? Or maybe we should just show the video and then we can talk about that.
That'd be
Okay.
great. Sure.
Okay, Andres. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Above the earth, you've said.
Yeah, that's sort of got trademarked a few years back. The concept is that the umbrella is the national salute to America's heroes. Bring back the true Memorial Day.
What does that mean to you?
Well, this is a calling for me. You know, I didn't need to do this as a business. I was happily retired. This goes under the category of be careful what you ask for. I got involved in this because I really believe in this. You know, these people like Lieutenant Colonel Laura, they sacrifice for us every single day. Law enforcement sacrifices us every single day. You know, freedom isn't free. There's 2 million people that have died for our freedom in this country. Kids that don't have, you know, parents that don't have kids. How do you not say thank you? You know, what we've done with Memorial Day in this country was you go out and buy a mattress, or you have a barbecue, or if you live up north, it's the first day of summer. And I was determined to bring back the true meaning of Memorial Day and be able to celebrate that the sacrifice these people have made was not in vain. And we really go outside and realize, you know, how blessed we really are and how grateful we should be that we do have the freedoms that we have. So for me, this is really important. I think I've instilled that really heavily on our team. And for us, like I say, it's really a calling. It's a blessing from God. And I feel like, you know, we've been asked to do this. So this is well more than a business deal for all of us. I'm heavily invested in it. And now it's gained the momentum. You know, it really has. So the umbrella just in general was to share is that we created this national salute to America's heroes. And there's 4 legs in the stool, so to speak. The first is the Hyundai Air and Sea Show. I'm very, very grateful for them to be our title partner. They've been with us. They authentically care. They probably wouldn't have existed if it wasn't for our military back in the Korean War. And so they're very, very authentically caring about trying to say thanks as well. And they've been with us all 7 years. This is our 7th year.
Shout out to them. Thank you.
Yeah. And so, you know, they've been great. And so we built the Hyundai Air and Sea Show. And then, of course, we have the Music Explosion, which is also presented by Hyundai. And that'll be on Sunday night this year. And we'll have the Air Force Band performing. And then from the Air Force Band, we go to Big and Rich, the country stars Big and Rich, and they're great. I've actually had an opportunity to be with them before. They'll put on a great show. And it'll be followed by the Veterans Florida fireworks extravaganza. They're a big partner of ours as well. So I think it'll be a great Sunday night way to close out the event. And then, of course, the third leg of the stool is the one that we're most excited about. It's brand new this year. It's called the U.S. Army Salute Fest. And the Army's involvement is growing dramatically. We will have 5 city blocks of military displays in our display village, all free to the public. Come out and see Army bring in all kinds of equipment. I mean, from little helicopters to tanks to, semis with interactive exhibits and Apache attack helicopters. We're doing a full-blown assault on the beach. So,
But not really. It's
it's I'll tell you that you bring up a very good point.
because that could be really scary if someone that didn't know that it was happening. I'm sure that could be really
You
traumatic.
bring up an incredible point that I do want to share with you, and that is our show is different than any other show in America. And the reason is, instead of us having all the pretty planes that are just flying, in formation and all, we're trying to do capabilities exercises. And for each of the services, whether it's a pararescue demonstration, whether it's this Army Special Operations assault, whether it be drug interdiction from U.S. Customs and Border Protection, Coast Guard Air Sea Rescue, any of these are actual practices and almost training exercises to showcase what they do in everyday life to protect us. So this isn't just about, everybody just flying by. And I think I have one other thing I really think is important that I should share, and then, of course, answer any other questions and all, but you're going to see incredible equipment. I mean, it's unbelievable. The technology that we have, bombers, fighters, Apache attack helicopters, all this technology is great. All those tail numbers, all those serial numbers. But if I could instill one thing, it's not about the serial numbers, the tail numbers, it's about the social security numbers of the people. The human side of this. There are people not only operating this, but maintaining it, people behind the scenes. Our military, the men and women of our military, they really are heroes. They really are sacrificing. And that's what I want people to come out. Come out and meet your military. They're all there. Come learn about the career opportunities that might be right for you in the military. And people think it's like just carrying a rifle or walking on there's 200 career opportunities in the U.S. Army. I mean, there's an incredible, your education, signing bonuses, and putting that aside, the camaraderie of everyone working together. I mean, the best part of the military is, I just had to spend a lot of time with the Army, let's say parachute team, for instance. I asked them all, why'd you join? And it's changed their lives. It's the best thing they ever did. And a lot of kids out there don't know what they're going to do next, College isn't for everybody, or you can get your college paid for, but by the military. There's a real opportunity. There's a misconception as to what you can do to further your life. Their core values are great. Their camaraderie is great. Their loyalty is great. Their trustworthiness. There's excellence. There's just so much in the military. So I believe that this show is going to showcase all of that. Both on site and, of course, with all the television specials.
So it's going to be it's on South Beach. So, and how many blocks are allotted to this? I mean, traffic egress, ingress is going to be is security. There's going to be a lot going on that we don't know as a community that's protecting the public.
Absolutely correct. This
Not
is
only with COVID. I mean, we had a COVID issue. We go from COVID to security to
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, it's a multi-dimensional jigsaw puzzle for sure.
Do you sleep at night? I just had to ask you that question. That's been
You
like
know,
on my. Does he sleep at night?
Not the next 2 weeks, I won't. But normally I sleep pretty well. I know we're doing the right thing. I know we're doing it for the right reasons. We've had incredible cooperation from everybody. Working with Lieutenant Colonel Knorr, working with the U.S. Army has been spectacular. Working with the city, the county officials, state officials, federal agencies. Everybody's got the community's best interest at heart. It was really important for us to transition Miami Beach from what was happening in Memorial Day weekend. We weren't trying to throw anybody out. We want to have an event that has something for everybody. It's wholesome. The military is the most ethnically diverse organization in America. Certainly we have something for everyone. It's family oriented. It's wholesome. It's patriotic.
How many people do you
It's free,
expect?
well, it's free to the public. Anybody who wants to come out, is welcome to come out and watch this whole thing. We take 5 miles of airspace, surface to 15,000 feet. So we block that airspace on the ocean. We're taking all the way from Government Cut up to 23rd Street, out 3,000 feet. There's buoys around there. It's all protected by law enforcement, so everyone can go out on their boats and watch it as well. Anywhere along the shoreline, you can see it. The best place to watch the show is from 10th to 15th Street, just east of Ocean Drive there. The display village is there with all of the military exhibits and displays, corporate exhibits.
So this is going to be ongoing for the 2-day event. There's going to be exhibits going on. There's going to be air, sea shows, events, concerts. There's something for everyone, and you can do some of it, all of it, a little bit of it, as long as you want to stay there.
Absolutely correct. And the way it works is from 12 to 6 o'clock, both on Saturday and Sunday, May 27th and 28th, free. Come out to the display village. If you want to just sit anywhere on the beach and watch the planes fly by, you can. We do have what's called the Liquor Split Beach Club, and it also runs from 10th to 15th right on the beach. And that is ticketed. You can go right to usasalute.com. Inside there, of course, is the landing zone for where the parachute teams will be landing, where the assault will take place. You'll be right up front. There's concessions, there's air-conditioned restrooms, the PA system. It's really where you want to watch the show from, is inside the actual event site. And there's all kinds of hospitality opportunities and all, and that's where the stage is. And we've got, like I say, the second piece of this, not only Sunday night is the music explosion, but both the show itself goes from 12 o'clock all the way till 10 o'clock at night on Saturday, and from 12 o'clock till 9 o'clock at night on Sunday. And so, while the display village is only open from 12 to 6 each day, the event itself is open and will continue. And it's nonstop. I mean, nonstop. There's 4 concerts on Saturday as part of the U.S. Army Salute Fest, major talent. And there's one of the largest drone shows in America, over 530 drones doing a drone show at night. And then the fireworks.
And then there's going to be legs afterwards. You're going to be able to be broadcasting, rebroadcasting, and what an exciting, what a support from the local and the wider community on this event.
Yeah, well, again, thanks to the Army, we are driving people to Miami Beach from 15 of their biggest, most important recruiting cities. And we put together millions upon millions of dollars worth of media, social media, influencers, radio commercials. Locally, we have in excess of 11,000 radio commercials. 2 radio stations from Odyssey will be broadcasting it live. There's just so much media pushing this, everything from billboards to billboards on the water to rapid county transit, thanks to Dade County rapid transit buses and people movers.
And we appreciate you coming into us today and to being one of our partners. So I really appreciate that.
Well, you guys have been unbelievable. It's great. I mean, this outreach is perfect. It's so important that everyone in the community come out and understand. You don't have to flee Miami Beach on Memorial Day anymore. Now it's time to come out and really enjoy your own home.
Lieutenant Colonel, how has this partnership been for you with the Hyundai Air and Sea show?
So I feel like every year it gets a little bigger. This is my 3rd show this year. And last year we did a phenomenal job. We brought the tank, Abrams, and a Bradley down for the first time in years. We had the LSV, which is the largest waterborne vessel in the U.S. Army fleet, kind of front and center out front Miami Beach. So for us, this partnership is phenomenal because we get to get out in our community a lot. And we get to tell our Army story. So for me, just partnering with Mickey and his team and kind of showing everything the Army has to offer is probably the most premier show the Army puts on every year.
And you never knew that this was going to be part of your life. If you woke up one morning and go, I'm going to be working with Mickey Markoff, and we're going to be doing
I had no clue.
She was probably thankful.
Yeah, so I'm recruiting is just a small part of my military job. And so, I'm here for 2 years and I'm getting ready to change out at the end of June.
We're going to miss her.
And your experience is not Tell us a little bit about your background. I would love to just learn about you as an Army woman, and GI Jane.
So I'm a normal person. I'm married. I have 4 kids.
God bless you, girl.
Yeah, I've been in the Army since I was 17 years old, so I'm going on 28 years now this year. I am just a normal person. Normally in the Army, I do logistics, so getting things and everything wherever it needs to be, just supplying our troops around the world. And honestly, most of my time has been in the Pacific, in Korea, Japan, Hawaii, doing a lot of the hardcore logistics over there. So recruiting is very unique. It's very rewarding. And I tell all, the other officers that I do mentor, take a stint in recruiting and you're going to learn a lot of great things about the Army and kind of what's available that you probably never knew before. So for me, this is a quick stint, 2-year tour, but it is hands down and the most rewarding for me.
And what an amazing, because you're getting to really know yourself on different jobs that you've done, different positions that you've done in these 2-year stints, as you said.
Yeah.
That's an amazing thing.
Yeah. So this is my 2nd Battalion Command. I actually commanded the first time in Afghanistan as we started to kind of do the drawdown there. But for me, it's like you learn something definitely different. I think I've worked more with our community partners here than I ever have in any military job. Normally I'm working with other foreign nations, their military, stuff like that. So it's unique, rewarding, and being with Mickey's team has been phenomenal the last 3 years.
Wonderful, and I'm glad this partnership is happening.
Well, the logistics, she's very humble. The logistics, we wouldn't have had half the stuff that we would have had if she reached out.
And it's interesting, you said that off camera, and he praised you, so it must be true, because Mickey seems like he just speaks his mind, and it's really wonderful that partnership, and that it says so much to you about you.
I have a great team. The Miami Recruiting Battalion, I have a phenomenal team that is there doing the NUG work, all the grind and stuff like that. So it's as much as I would love to take the credit, it is 100% not just me. It's my entire team that is hard at work, long hours.
It's really true. It is so true for both of us.
I was going to say, how big of a team do you have?
You go air operations, ground operations, water operations, sponsor relations, media relations, social media, protocol departments to deal with the senior leadership.
And you're still smiling.
Yeah, no, it's fun. It's fun. It's like baking a cake. You're in the kitchen with all the different ingredients, and you just want to see the cake come out.
Absolutely.
But in all seriousness, with the Army's involvement, it's let us go to another level. I mean, there's not another event in America that has the quantity of military equipment we have mixed with concerts on a beach, and let alone the fact that we're doing all this like air and sea and land and music and all this stuff on Miami Beach on Memorial Day. It's just an honor to be able to do it.
Absolutely. We have some more pictures, so we're gonna walk through with our audience and show them exactly what they'll experience on the 27th and 28th. What's happening here?
Okay, so we have the #1 jet skier in the world, and from 12 to 1 o'clock are our sea activities. Cigarette offshore powerboat racing is there, and this is flyboards. And these guys are out there connected to a jet ski, and the thrust of the jet ski is throwing them up into the air, and they're able to do all kinds of tricks and stunts. So that'll be happening along with, I don't know, I'm sure there's some other shots. Oh, this is a great shot of, you tell me.
So this is one of our reserve partners. This is one of the smaller assets we brought out. But this year we will have again the Abrams and the Bradley tank out there.
And you said that this is, you said earlier, it's a march to Miami.
Yes.
Whoa,
so
that's like kind of scary.
Yeah. So for the Army, what we've done is we've taken all these great assets, these huge 40-foot trailers that showcase the different jobs within the Army. And they are literally coming out of Fort Knox, Kentucky, and they're marching down, hitting multiple, we call them CBSAs, but they're key cities for the Army that we have to win. And they're marching down, hitting all these key cities on their way as they come to Miami to support the biggest Army recruiting event that we have.
How many people are in the Army total?
Total, Army or Reserve?
Take your pick. Okay, probably, we don't know. It's okay.
Probably about like 200,000, I would say, on average.
Wow. So thank you.
So that what we're seeing there, of course, is the fact that kids can come out of all ages. Most of the people I talked to said that Army's recruiting between 18 and 34 years old, right? And it's an incredible opportunity for those people. But a lot of kids, when they're 12 and 13 and they see this stuff for the first time, go, that's what I want to do,
Absolutely.
I mean, it's, sort of how I got in the events business. I was 13 and went for a ride in the cigarette race boat. By the way, Cigarette's going to be out there during those water activities as well. And they are a really big partner of ours. And, they're located right here in South Florida. And they've got the absolute finest offshore boats, go fast boats, if you want to call them that. And so they're going to be showcasing all their new technology and their new boats as
That's
well.
so exciting.
Doing a full demonstration, racing demonstration.
What are we seeing here?
So this is the Army Golden Knights parachute team. They're the premier team there is in the world. They're unbelievable. They're jumping from 14,000 feet. They're landing on an X right in the landing zone. It's why you want to be inside of our beach club.
Between 10th and 15th.
Yeah, but you want to go into the usasalute.com website and get your tickets, and you're right there. I mean, you're within 20, 30 feet of them landing. So, that's it's really incredible to be inside that beach club. And here they are landing, bringing down the American flag during the national anthem. And here they are jumping in the different formations they have. I mean, they're just incredible. And of course, we have all this going to be on the television specials, which I'm sure we'll talk about. And you'll see all these helmet cameras and everything from the specials as well.
Wonderful.
See what else you. All right, so these fighter jets are blowing right through the humidity, and you can see how they're turning it into steam. We have all kinds of it this year. The F-35, which is our newest next generation aircraft from the Air Force, will be here. We have the bombers coming, B-1s, B-52s. You got F-18 Hornets, Super Hornets, they're all doing demonstrations. So it's just incredible when you see what the capabilities that this equipment. That's just some shots. Now you can talk about your Army vessel.
Yeah, so this is the biggest piece of equipment in the Army inventory. It's a logistics support vessel, and we brought that out of Virginia this last year. So it was the first time. I want to say maybe you brought it down one other time.
Yeah, but this is an incredible thing. Is the background. You can see all the spectator boats sitting offshore. So if you have a boat, go out there and sit right there outside the buoy line. And then this is our backdrop of the entire show. This is right at show center. So all of our aircraft, everybody who's coming in, planes have to be here within 6 seconds of when we tell them. It's a training mission. So we call that time over target. And they have to be right over the top of that. They're coming from all over the country. And they just have to be there. So our show is called the Hard Time Show. So these planes, wherever they're coming from, you have to be over that ship. And in front of it right now, you happen to see a U.S. Customs drug interdiction. People thought it was so real last year. I got a call from BuzzFeed saying, and they had 1 million hits. And the president of BuzzFeed called me and said, was there really a drug bust going on in the middle of your show? And I said, no, it's just one of the capabilities exercises. But it was so realistic. They have a helicopter above it too as well. That'll happen again this year as well. Mm-hmm. And there's your equipment.
Yes, so these are our tanks. We have a Bradley and an Abrams. They'll be out again this next year, along with some other equipment that we did not bring this last year, such as the Apache, Little Birds, a lot of new equipment that we're bringing out and showcasing. So the local community can come check them out, climb inside, and
get inspired, maybe.
Get a firsthand touch, feel.
Absolutely.
It's really one of those hands-on exhibits that we're trying to engender, the local community, that crowd that we're looking for. So.
This again talks about talking about logistics. This would never happen without Lieutenant Colonel Knorr. But I want to let you know that all the city departments that have to get involved to bring a 60-ton piece of equipment down I-95 over the bridges, unload it off of trucks to put this thing out on the, and keep it all safe. And we were worried about breaking pipes 5 feet underground on Ocean Drive. So there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, but to have this actually out there and have it coming, all the stuff coming this year is just incredible. It's
once in a lifetime for most people.
Yeah.
Civilians that don't know. This is their opportunity to get involved. It's usasalute.com to get your tickets. It's a free event. But let's keep going on. And there's
crowds all the way up and down the beach. You can see it goes all the way up to where those white hotels are. It's the one hotel. And all the way south of there, you can see the same thing going all the way down from 10th Street all the way to 1st Street, to where Government Cut is. And that's the area. And you can see how you can see it all the way up and down the beach. But again, your best spot, if you really are engaged and want to come see them, come to the Display Village for free, and or get your tickets and come inside of the Liquor Split Beach Club for sure. B-52 bomber, and what's there to be said? It's been flying for years. Obviously, they've upgraded all the avionics. It's lethal. I mean, that's what protects you and keeps you safe 24 hours a day, all over the world. And it's 8 engines, and it's a monster. I mean, you want to be, you're glad it's on our side of the equation. Here we go. Here's your Army Golden Knights.
Yes.
So Chris, that you see there, has been with the Golden Knights for quite some time, and now he actually is retired from that, and he works on our team, believe it or not, and he's there to help us coordinate. We have 3 parachute teams coming this year. Obviously, you have the Army Golden Knights. We have the Navy Leapfrogs, which is the Navy SEALs, and then we have the British coming in with the British Red Devils, and so 3 parachute teams. So Chris is nice enough to work on our group to make certain that all these parachute teams, we obviously safety is number one in everything we do. But that's when he was a Golden Knight. The United States Air Force drill team is the Honor Guard drill team. It comes out of Washington. They're incredible. I mean, you have a man walking through those bayonets while they're spinning their rifles and everything. They'll do flash mobs out on Ocean Drive where all of a sudden they'll just start performing. They're going to be at our throughout our event. They're going to perform on Sunday night prior to Big and Rich, also up on the stage. Again, just another shot of a bomber, that we have. We also have the B-1s. We also have, we're working right now. It's not flying currently. I probably shouldn't say that, but as soon as they fix the problem, which I'm sure they will, General Bussier, who's head of Global Strike, the 4-star general in the Air Force, in charge of all of our bombers, nuclear weapons, intercontinental ballistic missiles. He'll be here at the event, of course, and we're going to see if we can bring the B-2 stealth bomber in too. No promises, but we're going to see what we can do. And there they are, their cigarette. Just an incredible, for anybody who hasn't done it and anyone who can afford it, it's just an incredible experience. And we're really honored to be able to showcase cigarettes products. Just the quality of what they do is and the boats that they build. I've been involved in this for many years. Like I said, I put on probably more boat races than anybody, and their boats are really state of the art, and their boats are the technology, and they're built to last. You hit these waves at the speeds you're going. It's a great boat.
And the time that we have left, because we only have a couple of minutes left, what is our departing words together that you would like our audience to know that we might not have covered, and to get involved, come on out, support the military, salute them, find the real meaning of Memorial Day other than buying a mattress and going to a barbecue.
Yeah, come enjoy your community and realize that you have something that's very, very special. In New York, there's a Macy's Day Parade on Thanksgiving. I mean, you've got an incredible event here in South Florida that we're very blessed to produce, but you're very blessed to have it here. And I would recommend everybody come out. We set records when we did this years ago in Fort Lauderdale, and this show is significantly larger than any show I ever produced.
How many people are you expecting?
I don't quote. I don't quote. As many people, whoever doesn't come is missing something really, really incredible.
Lieutenant Colonel, what would you like us to know that we have maybe not have covered in our time together?
I would say just come out, meet your Army. Let us tell you about some of the great benefits that are out there. I think right now with the Army and the Army Reserve, you couldn't ask for a better time to join the military, as there are so many benefits out there. My entire team will be out there all weekend long talking to the public. I think we got flip-flops and hats to hand out this year, lots of water bottles, just a lot of free swag that will be out there. But most importantly, it'll be a time for you to meet your local military, all services.
And then also what you're doing is there's a scholarship program available as well.
It absolutely is. It's one thing to say thank you. It's another thing to give back. And like I said, for these families who've lost a loved one, we can help them by giving them a college scholarship. We want to do that. Even Hyundai. Hyundai is donating $50,000 to Folds of Honor. Folds of Honor is an incredible organization, and my foundation is just a re-granting organization. We don't charge any fees whatsoever. We take all the funds and just pass them straight through and try and help these families that have lost loved ones. So that's the fourth leg of the stool that we didn't get to. And if I have one more second, I'll tell you about the television. There are 3 one-hour national broadcasts from this event. We're creating a show for the Army called Salute to Service, and it's going to air on the Army's birthday, June 14th. all the way through June 28th on Peacock. And you can watch the show, just tune in whenever you want on Peacock and see, all the opportunities that the Army has to offer and everything that we showcase down here, including the concerts and fireworks and drone shows and all the stuff. So that's one. The other is airing right now. It'll be airing this Memorial Day. It's called Gold Star Tribute. It tells the story of 5 people that paid the ultimate sacrifice, told by their families and their teammates. And then the this entire show we've just discussed, the whole Hyundai RNC show, Music Explosion, Salute Fest, is all the highlights of that will be going on over a 2-week window over 4th of July. And down here in Miami, it'll be on CW Network. So we're going to take all this footage, which is some of the footage you saw in our videos we watched, take all the best footage and put together a great television show that again, nationally showcases Miami Beach, showcases South Florida. So this is a great way to honor the military and say thanks for everything they do and encourage young people to have the propensity to serve. It's a great way to showcase our community in a positive way and generate revenue for the businesses down here and really generate community spirit. I think if I had one thing to say is come out. I mean, why would you want to miss this? You're going to all these other events. Here's a chance where the military is front and center. I mean, when do you have an opportunity to really see this? So come out and visit us. Right?
usasalute.com to get your tickets. It's free. May 27th and 28th. It's the Hyundai Air and Sea Show. Thank you. Thank you for your heart. Thank you for your passion. Thank you for discovering what you wanted to do when you grew up and sharing that passion with us today. Thank
Thanks
you.
for having
Thanks
us.
for having
And
us.
good luck.
Thanks.
And I hope you sleep the day after on May 29th.
There you
Yes.
go. Thank you for everything.
Yes. And thank you for joining me. I'm Fara Sax. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.